project going on the John Deere D140. We got some new tires and wheels for the front from Antego Tire and Wheel out of Noonan, Georgia. They're made in the USA. These are the factory tires, the Carlisle Turf Saver tires that are on here. I bought this used and it sat in somebody's backyard for a while and they quit using it and the tires kind of sunk down in the mud and they went flat and they caused the rubber to dry rot prematurely. So the tires themselves, you know, the tread is not wore out or anything like that, but every time I get it out I have to pump them up because they're flat. So I'm going to replace all the tires, and it happened when I was researching it that this company right here sold new wheels as well, already pre-painted John Deere yellow, and these tires are built by the Antego company out of Noonan, Georgia, and they're the stock 15x6-6, and they have the same exact turf pattern as the Carlisles do. The biggest differences in this is that these are a 4-ply tire, which these on the mower here are only 2-ply. So these will be more durable all in all. The reviews were really good on them. And another thing that these feature also is they come with a it's a 0.75 precision ball bearing, as you can see there, and it's already pressed into the hub, and this bearing does not require any greasing. Now the wheels that are on here do have a grease fitting, and so this here, you know, it doesn't, it's not set up that way. It has a precision ball bearing that doesn't require greasing. So we're going to give these a try, and we're going to be putting those on today, and then so we'll get to it now. All right, so it says in the book John Deere recommends jacking up at point C, which is right there behind the muffler housing. You can see it's a little flat piece of steel that comes down as part of the deck mounting system. They recommend jacking it up there, and then supporting the axle on both D on each side if it were to pivot like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use this jack here and jack the front end. Here, right where I'm pointing at, is the point in which the jack will go on. They're recommending. So you can see why they recommend you supporting the axle under each side, because you know you have the pivoting front end like that. So anyway, we'll work on supporting that. I don't know if these pieces of wood are gonna work or not. I've got the dust cap off, and so on here, once you get the dust cap off, you have an E-ring clip, and there'll be a little washer or shim, whatever you want to call it, behind that. Let's take and wipe up some of this grease so you can see it a little better. And you'll be reusing all this hardware. On the new wheel. And grease gets all over there. And I'll work the E-clip off. Flat blade screwdriver. You can see it's pretty thick one, so it's not real easy to break like some of them are. Clean that grease up. That's your E-ring clip. Just sit that there on the floorboard, so then you have your little spacer. And grease, slippery. Like that, so that to the side as well. And you can see the tire and wheel just slides right off the spindle there. So this is what you're looking at, you know, with the stock setup. And have the Antego tire and wheel set up. They already come pre-inflated. We'll slide that on the front spindle. Install our spacer there. And our E-ring will go right in this little groove here. These E-rings here, you just have to kind of, a pair of needle nose pliers is usually the easiest thing. Kind of work it back into place. I'll say that. There you go. So you can see the E-ring is down in the groove of the spindle there, all the way. You want to make sure it pops all the way in there, and you see how you can kind of spin it and the shim too. And there you go. Here we have the Antego tire and wheel set up installed on this side here. I just randomly spun the wheel just to test it out, and when I did like that, and that wheel spun for like ever. This side here has been properly greased. Did the same thing. I know I didn't start them at the same time, so maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah, but look, that one is still going.
This one is still going, even though I started this one after it. Now that had John Deere heavy duty water resistant grease, same grease that I use on the big tractor, which is what they, one of the greases that they recommend for this, and it's just been greased a couple of weeks ago. So it just goes to show you that 0.75 precision ball bearing that is in here that doesn't even require grease. I mean, it already is rolling longer and easier than the side that has a grease fitting. So just a little observation, just thought I'd share as I was moving from one side to the other here. I'll just let this down slowly. All right, so got the back tires in finally. They're 20 by 10 by 8 Carlisle Super Lug 4-ply. Ran into some issues the first go round getting these tires. I'd ordered some that were already pre-mounted on new rims, and the order got canceled at the last minute. Turned out that the set that was supposed to be sent to me was the last one the company had in the warehouse that were pre-mounted on the rims, like I had gotten these front turf tires the first time, and so they didn't want to send them to me because they found out they were damaged and they were the last ones they had in stock. So they said it would be like August before they would get any more back in, whatever that means. But anyway, so I went a different route, and I just ordered the Carlisle Super Lug tires directly from Carlisle, and had I took them today and had them mounted on my original rims. So it took a little bit more time for the actual tire to come to me. because the first set of Carlisle super lugs that I got, they had some damage in the bead area on one tire, and some of the threads, cords, you know, were showing, so that wasn't going to work. Had to send those back. Got these damage free. They did all that without charging me any extra shipping or anything, so that was good. Have no complaints there. The tires right now are aired up at the max pressure at 22 psi. That's not how I plan to leave them when I'm actually using it, but it's getting ready to rain here at any minute and all, and just like I said, just have got through putting them on, so I just wanted to get them on because the mower's been up on blocks now for about a week and a half, going on 2 weeks now, due to this tire fiasco. But I'm glad though that they came in. They're damage free. There are no clearance issues like I had worried about between the lugs and the deck on either side. I mean, there's plenty of room to spare, so I'm happy about that. Even the deck caster wheels are fine. You know, they're not in any risk of scraping or touching the lugs. I went on and got a new set of dust caps for all the axles while I was at it. A couple of the front ones were discolored a little bit. Back ones were all right, but I just went on and replaced all 4 of them with new caps. I kept my old ones as spares. But again, you know, to kind of recap why I put new tires on this mower, none of the tires were wore out tread-wise. They were all fine tread-wise. What had happened was I bought this mower used, and it belonged to somebody else for a short amount of time, and they quit using it, and they ended up hiring somebody to mow their grass, a landscaping company, and they just left the mower sitting in the backyard for, you know, I reckon it was several years at least. And you know, the tires went flat, it sunk down in the mud in the backyard, and the tires prematurely dry rotted. And the factory tires were Carlisle Turf Savers. They were only 2-ply. So all these tires now, the 2 front Turfs are 4-ply, the back Carlisle Super Lug Ag Treads are 4-ply. So all these tires are going to be more durable, and now every time I get ready to use it, I won't have to bring the air compressor out and pump the tires up. Some of the tires had actually gotten so bad at leaking air that they would leak down while you were mowing or while you were using it. So it would cause you, even if you set the air pressure even when you started mowing, the time you get through mowing, the air pressure will be uneven, you know, and that kind of thing. So you know, hopefully now won't be having to deal with any of that, you know, and I'm really pleased with how they look. I'm gonna, you know, actually I'm gonna wash the whole mower and everything and clean the tires up on a better day, but just going to finish this up though and get these mounted, get the mower up off the blocks, you know, and you can see where I've been waiting. We've had rain. It's been raining pretty consistent every day for the past 2 weeks. The grass has kind of gotten out of hand between that and the mower being out of commission for a little bit due to the tires waiting on them to get here. But should be back in business now though. I'm gonna probably run the back ones at about probably 15, 16 psi. Max pressure is 22, so probably gonna run them at about that. The factory turfs were rated, you're supposed to put about 10 psi in each one of those. So since these are 4-ply and all, I'm gonna run them around 15, see how that works. But shouldn't be any issues with traction now. That was another thing. I could have easily went back with a turf tire, but I figured, you know, if I was gonna have to replace the tire, why not go with something that would give me more grip should I get into a slippery, you know, bank or ditch area, you know, in the yard, or, you know, pulling trailer, whatever, you know, that it lose some traction and stuff. I've had problems with other mowers in the past, you know, with turf tires getting sloppy traction, you know, just in the grass alone, especially backing up and stuff. But I did research on these right here, and a lot of people have converted their lawn tractors of various makes and models to these tires right here, or some type of ATV tire, all-terrain tire. And really, you know, as long as it's not like super wet, you know, they report that they don't have any issues tearing the grass up and things like that, which I'm not overly worried about that. I don't have some kind of fancy grass out here, you know. I'm not trying to keep a golf course kind of thing out here. This is a country yard, you know, it's a farm. You know, I'm just looking to cut the grass. And even still and yet though, what I researched, these tires, you know, they're not going to tear the yard up like the appearance may lead you to believe. I'm real happy that the tires came in, you know, and they're not damaged. I really, you know, I'm glad I got the refund and everything. They sent me a replacement set, you know, no extra charge. Really like the way that it looks. I mean, it looks tougher, you know, and there's, you know, shouldn't be any traction issues now at all. This is, you know, it just really, it makes the mower look better, and it's going to be a more durable tire because it's 4-ply front and back now. So I'm really looking forward to using it, and we'll be doing some more update reviews on it, you know, as I mow with it. May even possibly do a mowing video with it. You know, we'll get around to doing that sometime to show it in action. But I'm gonna probably take a little spin on it here before it starts raining again, and just kind of see how they ride around the yard and everything. Yeah, I really do. I like these a whole lot. Really durable tire.